There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Hey, what's happening out there?
Man, why does this camera always make me look so fat? Oh, wait. Maybe it's the giant bright yellow shirt.
So it's Rex and John, and
for a little while, Nick is en route. You guys are getting a special treat tonight.
Yeah, we've got King Spawn #1 signed by Todd McFarlane, which we're waiting on getting. So Nick's going to bring it to the office.
Nick's driving an armored car
with a couple of cheesesteaks.
No,
you did call him about that, right?
What?
John, you had one job today.
Instead of DoorDash, it's Nick Dash. Hey, Nick, could you bring over a priceless comic book?
You had one job, was to make sure he got that text. So thanks for joining us tonight. What day is it? It's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, it's Wednesday.
New Comic Book Day.
New Comic Book Day, that's correct. But we've got more than enough.
We got a lot here, so I'm just going to tell you real quick. Do us a solid. Contact your local comic book store. Find out what came out from Dynamite today. If you're a digital person, maybe you want to kind of do, Comixology. I'm just going to kind of throw these out real quick, just because I don't want to take up the whole show.
Literally, throw them out.
No, this is a book I talked about the other day. I read it I read it Monday. Didn't this
just come out today?
No, I read it days ago. This is DJ Thoris versus John Carter of Mars. Consistently, this has been one of the best books this company has produced. I feel strongly confident in saying that. There's multiple covers. I, of course, kind of gravitate towards the Linsner cover just because it's me. But we have a couple other really cool covers in here. I'm just going to run through these quickly. We have a lot to get through tonight, so we really don't have time for Rex to talk about his hobbies and, stuff like that.
Most of the time I talk about something in your world of expertise.
Very cool cosplay cover. This is one of these things where DJ Thoris, John Carter of Mars #2, Joe Michael Linsner cover on the just absolutely extraordinary. Clumsy me dropped all these right before. Sonya Versal #7. I'll tell you how Sonya Versal got extended beyond 6 issues. Myself and tons of other people whined to the publisher, and he has such a little bit of tolerance for my whining after 15 years. He decided, fine, have a few more books.
You're a professional whine.
Stop complaining.
So I could see why that would have a serious effect.
The squeaky wheel gets locked out of the office.
That's why this whole glass thing is a problem, so we can see you out there banging
on the door. Please give me more stuff.
To the point where I say, just let him in, please.
Sonya Versal, another cosplay cover. Sonya Versal, this is the stuff.
All right, so JD has a question. So are these books that came out today or last week?
These are books that came out today.
Not only did we get John's favorite,
I was talking about them last week.
We also
here's our special guest.
John's hey Mariano.
Hey, bye Mariano.
Bye Mariano. So in honor of John's flux capacitors, look what we have here tonight.
Back to the Future, absolutely.
Oh, here.
Yeah, a buddy of ours, creator of the show, Dave Avalone, he said it one day right out. After 5 or 6 of these peaks I do, someone's like, how are you getting these books? And Dave Avalone's like, he cheats. He just cheats. He just goes over and reads them. And people are like, is that true? And I was like, wow. Yeah, Vampirella 23.
You have to accept that that's the answer, or he actually has a DeLorean parked outside with a flux capacitor.
I actually said to him, as a writer, couldn't you find a better way to put that?
I saw you the other day flying by me at 88 miles an hour.
Vampirella 23. For the people who say Dynamite does too many, 4, 6 issue books or whatever, this is going on 23 issues. And there is a massive amount of Vampirella backlog. Go to your LCS. If you like Vampirella, like I do.
I don't think anybody likes Vampirella.
No, you know what? You know what? There's a guy on Facebook I talk about all the time. He's actually been reading Vampirella longer than I have.
Wow.
He really has. He's older than I am.
He'd have to be.
He started reading Vampirella when he was still in the military after the Vietnam War.
Wow.
I guess they sent him back to California, and he couldn't make it back all the way to Jersey, so he was living in Cali for a few years. And people who know Vampirella know Warren, I guess, was more available in the newsstands out there than initially in other parts of the country.
Right.
Apparently, it was like a New York, LA thing. And, so there's like a middle of the country where they didn't even see Vampirella until well into the 70s. This guy has been reading Vampirella since like 1970.
Wow.
He's
That is a long
got,
time.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I probably dialed into Vampirella in middle school, which is 77, 78.
1877. I had to go there.
So,
Dave,
yeah,
what's
real
happening,
quick,
buddy?
Local today's hashtag
Whoa.
NCBD. Follow on, grab it on social media. You'll see the things that came out today. Digitally, the stuff comes out in the morning. Dynamite is sort of like really, with some of these books, really hit their stride in terms of probably the only thing I didn't like about this company when I started reading it is stuff was short. You'd really get into it before issues are done, right? Shadow, some of these other things. But then as people dialed back into pulp, we start getting into like 2010, 2012.
Right.
People are dialing back into pulp. They're finding all this new stuff about the Spider, Master of Men, the Shadow. They start doing all these really cool crossovers like Masks, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Noir, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Dark Knights, which is Dark Knights is very close to my favorite thing this company has done. And you know what? We'll start with it right away because I kind of want to get through this stuff. I don't know.
It's interesting that you picked that one up.
This is probably you know what? This is probably a book. I don't chase books. I wait until I can find them reasonably. This is a book at cons like 2017 or whatever, 2018. I chased. I looked for the variants. This is I'm guessing, Alex Ross pencil sketch. So it's at least $3,000.
Well, it's got all your favorites. We've got Alex Ross, and we've got The Shadow. And we've got
Green Hornet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we do. So
Cato. This is just a great sort of set during the Second World War. Really a cool story.
So Shadow, Green Hornet, Dark Knights #1, high-end Alex Ross art board, ultra limited cover. What's it limited to?
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I didn't get a great chance to. I think there's only 25
copies. 25 copies ever printed. Retail price is $100. We're going to do it tonight. 5-star at $50. So we're going to do this tonight at $50, and we have one.
Yeah, this is.
So you're not getting it, John.
Well, no, I'm not. That's one of the very few things we've actually thrown up that I already have.
Did John just dribble that book? No, he dribbled the Dynamite New Comic Day books.
No,
like a basketball.
You know what? It was like a card trick gone wrong. They were all over the air.
Oh, I love JD. Just $50, quick claim before John buys it. Don't worry.
You know what? Seriously, normally I say this and it's half in jest and half not. If this particular book,
Hey Ron,
if we did not have this book, I would have bought it and you wouldn't have seen it on the air if there was only one.
So it's $100 to John, $50 to everybody else.
I mean, this is an Alex Ross art board, and I will tell you right now, I feel very comfortable saying this. I picked a copy of this up in San Diego for significantly more than $50. Significantly more.
If you buy that one tonight, you'll be picking it up for significantly more than $50 as well.
And there's not a lot of them. They made 25 of them. I have a guy I always find in San Diego from Chicago who, like me, is a big Dynamite fan. So he knows there's a small little group of us that are really sort of into pulp, Dynamite,
right.
A little bit sometimes of Monkey Brain, some of those types of books. And when he finds something really cool, Ashcan edition or whatever,
right.
He always brings it and gives us the first shot at it. And as far as I knew, I was the first person to have that in my immediate circle of collectors.
So what do you want to hit next? Because we got a lot of books.
We do have it, and because it's New Comic Book Day, you should be buying everything from you should be buying everything Dynamite. I'm going to grab another Alex Ross. This Kirby Genesis thing was so cool to see this realized. If you are a Kirby fan, to see Kirby's other non-Marvel, non-DC stuff actualized by Alex Ross, sort of channeling Kirby. This is just wild. It is absolutely a blast.
Kirby Genesis #1 acetate cover edition, and it is signed by Alex Ross.
Yeah, I was trying to find that. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is.
What's it?
Lower corner.
What's it limited to? Can you see that?
I think there are 99 of these.
All right. So 99. We have one. This one is number 15.
Yeah.
Right. So this one is number 15. We have the one at $50 tonight. This one is hand signed by Alex Ross. Kirby Genesis #1 acetate cover edition. Did I say this? Signed by Alex Ross, who we love.
Yeah, we've talked about it. We're not gonna, we want to try to move along tonight. I know people are hearing about this.
No Alex Ross gushing.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of, and we don't talk about this too much, but I do want to say real quick. No. This is different. I want to say you should be buying what you love.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
And this way, it's a passion. It's not just collectibles. It's not just hobbies. It's not an investment. I mean, I was sad to hear that some people keep comic books like in a file cabinet. Like it's like like an outtake from a video of Pink Floyd's The Wall. That's depressing to me. If people treat these like investments, people do what they want with their money. These are art, and they should be treated and looked at that way.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, you buy what you like, and you wake up in the morning, and I think this is a great quote. Nobody wakes up in the morning psyched to look at their bearer bonds or securities or stocks, but people are psyched to look at their comic books.
There might be a couple of guys on Wall Street that get excited.
Yeah, but no, you know what? All they see is dollar signs. People like that, it's like the Matrix. They look, and instead of seeing amazing art or quality writing or the detail of inking, painting, stuff like that, even lettering, they just see dollar signs. Like an investor looks at this, and there's just a ton of dollar signs here, and we're like a bank teller.
Well, I think you got to look at it sort of this way, all right, in a very strange sense. So you have some things that are unpredictable that rise in value, like cryptocurrency, okay?
Yeah.
There's really no way that anybody has some sort of insider information that Bitcoin's going to suddenly make a jump or something like that, But in the regular investment game, whether it be, if you've got a mutual fund or something like that, that's all well and good. But ultimately, unless you have that insider information, okay, like listen, that patent they were working on, that's going down.
That's going down the toilet.
We're gonna make the announcement tomorrow, and you dump the stock the day before. Okay, there's really no way. But here, read what you love, buy what you love.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's still a certain ability for you to make a kind of a guess or a educated guess.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I don't like to talk too much about value, but I kind of like to let people know if this is on your list, this is on your bucket list or whatever, when we're offering it here like $100 book for $50, right. It's not going to be $50. It might not even be $100 because these prices go up.
Right.
You know what I mean? 5 years from now, this will probably be $150. And so if we do it at a discount, you know what I mean? Comics are a passion, like a connectivity thing.
Right.
And that's why I let people know, hey, look, if you have the means and you have the passion, don't wait, because you're getting them now at the best available price for you. Right.
By the way, Ferris Bueller called. He wants you to stop using his tagline.
Hey, you know what? That's so much of my life figured around that. Whether it was food or wristwatches or comic books or even going to like cons or professional wrestling, if you can go, you should go, because nobody when they're old, is sitting in the old folks' home remembering, some stock they bought 40 years ago. But people will still have their comics.
John is a pure outlaw. Dave's on fire. JD says that's called insider trading, by the way, which is illegal. Yes, that's true, JD.
I think that was the point that you were trying to make.
That's very good, JD. Thank you, sir.
It wouldn't be a show if we didn't kick off almost immediately with Ken Hazer remark.
So JD or Dave, who wants to take care of the remark?
Yeah, somebody wants to be hitting that remark.
I haven't gotten that air horn. I got to get out to
air horn. I don't know if the other people here at Dynamite World headquarters will appreciate an air horn going off.
Do you think I care? Does this look like the face of somebody that cares?
This is a Walking Dead blank Ken Hazer remark.
Are we allowed to gush about Ken Hazer?
Well, you know what? Like I said, we got a lot to get through. So
We do.
everybody knows that with us, Ken Hazer is over. With us,
Big
Alex
fan.
Ross is over. We love their stuff, which is why we offer it. I mean, to be honest with you, that vault of Dynamite's pretty big. We kind of try to get the stuff out there that we like and people like.
We're
and
big
that they
fans,
ask us for.
obviously. Thank you, Dave.
What
Dave,
are we?
Dave jumped
What's the
into
very
it.
reasonable ask for this?
All
book?
right, so Walking Dead number 115, signed and remarked with Governor and Daryl. Actually, let's pull that out because
Oh, is there two in here?
there is front and back, I believe, if I do remember correctly, sir.
You're removing the holofile seal,
I am.
which Dynamic Forces has specially made.
All right, so
Nice.
look at that. Okay, so you got the Daryl sketch, and then the governor on the back.
sketch.
So you're
in the
getting
back.
a 2-for-1. All
Yeah,
right,
this is basically 2 signatures and 2 remarks for the very reasonable ask of
$50.
wow. That's if you're a Walking Dead fan, that's this might be your move.
Yeah, Walking Dead, Ken Hazer remark fan, whatever you want to call it. So suggested retail is $89.99, and we have it tonight for $50. And again, remarked on the front with Daryl, remarked on the back with the governor. So getting a 2-for-1 deal there. But again, I mean, we're big Ken Hazer fans. We talk about it every show. But we got a lot to go through. So
We do have a lot to go through. That's why I kind of
go to it.
it's not the Dynamite show, even though for me it is, because giant logo. But Marvel Death of Wolverine. Signed, and this is limited to 181
I
copies.
was in such a rush. I printed everything in a tiny font again.
Oh,
This could take. Oh, here we go.
this is a Silver Signature Series, Charles Soule.
There we go. So we have one at $29.99 tonight, and it is hand signed.
That's really nice. If you're a Wolverine fan, that's a nice pickup.
Is it limited
Yeah,
to 181
181.
copies? And this one is number 18. So we have that tonight at $29.99. And we had so many books. JD said he ran out of banner space.
We
So-
do have a lot of books tonight. We're going to have to talk to whoever pulls the books about that in the future. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Oh, you know what?
What do you
Speaking
wanna
of the future, let's do Back to the
Back
Future.
to the Future. This one is our favorite guy.
Ken Hazer.
Ken Hazer.
I did not even realize that 150. There's 150 of these that Ken signed.
And we have 2 available tonight.
We have 2?
Pretty sure. Yep. 1, 2.
Oh, there we go.
And we have it available tonight at 2. We have 2 available at this price, $39.99 tonight.
This anybody who reads Back to the Future, dialed into IDW, these things disappeared pretty fast.
Yeah.
And they were not super easy to find. Then we kind of went into like the lockdown situation, and everything became hard to
And I
find.
saw a story today about Marty and Doc Brown getting back together, and they had a picture of the 2 of them in a golf cart.
They've
I didn't read the article.
they've tinkered around a little bit with an idea that they want to do something,
Right.
but they're not quite sure. Neither of them is young anymore. Neither of them is in the best of health, but they would like to do something, maybe a short. Christopher Lloyd mentioned he would be very interested in doing voices for an animated series or something.
There you go.
Yeah, apparently if you get to know Christopher Lloyd, he's a huge animation fan. He's done a lot of voices for animation in the past, and he would love to do some, he would love to do
I
something.
remember when he got his start on, what was it, Taxi?
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? That is absolutely crazy.
I mean, you know what? It's just the way it worked out. There are actors, back in the old days, they would call them character actors, right? But there's actors now that sort of get over playing a certain part a certain way. And it opens the door for them for the rest of their life, right? And they've done, let's be honest, I love Michael J. Fox. As a guy from the 80s, he played the same character in every movie he did, essentially. Whether he was a guitar player or a doctor or whatever. You got like 8, 9, 10 movies.
Yeah.
And it was just Michael J. Fox, or some people would say Alex Keaton from Family Ties.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. But I know that, when you kind of connect with people like that, when you get over like that with the audience, you're golden. Slab books. We're apparently going to be offering these. Wow, this is nice.
Black foil. Is that the black foil one?
It's wow. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this might be a little bit hard to see. I'm going to try to get it close to
This one, the reflection is a good thing.
The reflection is a good thing. This is like a black foil cover of The Dark Knight Returns #1. The CGC grade is 9.6 on this.
With the black foil cover, New York Comic Con vegan variant, CGC graded 9.6. We have one, so it's guaranteed 9.6.
Yeah.
And it's just a retail of $149.99. We have it tonight for $100.
No. That's
Yes, JD wrote Ryan Reynolds is that guy now. I would agree.
Ryan Reynolds is that guy now.
You're right.
He plays the same. Essentially,
Yes.
he's Deadpool and everything.
Yes.
Or, as my buddy
Same
says,
dude.
he's Van Wilder and everything. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, I know. I have no problem with that either. But I'll tell you right now, these custom variants from cons, I just saw an article on Facebook that, you know, how things move from being hot, one thing to another. And the last 6 months, the variants from cons really started to pick up steam. So my guess is the next time this is offered, it will not be at $100. 9.6. If slabs are your thing, if Batman's your thing, if collectibles are your thing, you know, this is probably...
Dave, the CGC 9.6 is not signed. It's just graded with the variant vegan cover. So it is not signed.
No, it's the I can throw it up again here real quick. It's the New York Comic Con variant. This thing is almost like looking into a Black Mirror, not the Netflix, the Black Mirror, but this. No, I mean this is just dead.
You can tell it's with that.
I am not the biggest Batman fan in the world, but holy cow, for $100, that's a you know, that's one of those ones where I'll be shocked if someone doesn't pick that up before that.
The Unknown claimed the Dark Knight.
Of course
so
you
that
did.
is gone.
I'll tell you right now, dude, when you get this, you are just
You're
going to
gonna love this
smile. You really are. I'm going to throw this up here just one more time so you get a nice look at it.
I apologize, guys. I may have put up the title card that said that it was signed by Frank Miller. That's the information that I got, so that's why they're confused.
We can't work like this, JD.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
We're out of here. No,
You know what? Let's make JD find Frank Miller and sign it.
Hey,
now, as
Absolutely.
punishment,
Don't-
JD, John will dance. Okay, you did it. It's it. Anybody that doesn't like John's dancing, you can blame JD for it. He made it
don't
happen.
blame me. Blame whoever wrote the info down and sent it to me, because that's what I was said that it was signed.
It was John.
John.
What? Totally. Hey, I'm all about pushing everybody else under the bus. You're good, JD. You kidding me?
Read. Deadpool Illustrated #1.
All right, here we go.
This is the Classics Illustrated variant. There's 25 with 25 of these signed in Deadpool Blood Red by Cullen Bunn. This is just fun. This is one of these things where if you're maybe a little bit of an older reader, Classics Illustrated, every once in a while I'll bust out an answer on Jeopardy and my wife will look shockingly like, how could you possibly know that? The answer is always like Classics Illustrated, or when Marvel had their classic stuff.
Right.
You know, did you really think I was going to read this whole book? No, it's a guy in a whale. I'll just give me the comic, I'll figure it out.
I know all the important parts. At least, once the last question's on, in Jeopardy.
Did he get to whale? That's my question.
So Deadpool Illustrated #1 signed in Blood Red by Cullen Bunn. We have one available at $39.99 tonight. So, right, somebody put up the wrong title card. Yeah, it's not JD's fault. We love JD. You kidding me?
Well, what's really funny is the subtitle.
Because everything
here,
else is running like a clock.
Well, the very cool title here is
John dropping books.
Butchering subtitles from literature's finest authors.
I like that.
That's exactly what these comic books
I know.
did, not Deadpool. Like, if you ever read some of that stuff, A Tale of Two Cities is not meant to be like 18 pages and ads for sea monkeys.
Listen,
But
Herman Melville is turning in his grave right now. The bones are creaking as he's turning,
no.
going, who allowed that to happen? Who owns the intellectual property on my book?
There's only 30 of these signed by Chris
Which one do you
Bacalo.
have?
This is Deadpool #2.
Deadpool #2. Hold on, I gotta find it with this itty bitty print. I can't see anything.
This is just really nice. Signed by the
Deadpool #2.
Signed by the creator.
Here we go. All right, so Deadpool #2, silver signature. Is it limited?
It is the 30 copies. Are you not paying
30?
attention?
I can't see, man. I got to get my prescription updated. So we have number 3 of 30, right?
Yes.
Okay, so signed in silver by Chris Bacalo. Suggested retail of $69.99. Tonight we have it for $50, and we have just the one.
Nice little 5-star action here
That's
for
it.
$50. Silver signature series. Nice.
So we got the unknown who joined us and picked up the Dark Knight. We got Dave out of Cali. It's early for Dave.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just wake up or something? What do we want to do
How much time do we have?
next?
I think you can throw one more up there before we got to go to
We
break.
can throw one more up there.
What do
Did
we
we
do?
do Death of Wolverine?
Yes, we did.
We did do Death of Wolverine. You know
We
what?
have so many books that John
We
can't
have
remember.
so many
now.
books. No, we're going to do this.
What is it?
This is probably, I did say that Dark Knights is probably my favorite Dynamite
Yes, you
that
did.
they've done. But the truth is, that's a team up. The team book that I like the most is Legendary. Nick is so tired of hearing me suggest Legendary for everything. 50 copies of this. This is the nice, clean, vegan version.
So Legendary number 3.
Legendary number 3.
Kaya and Joe Benitez vegan art, ultra limited cover. We have one suggested retail of $100, but tonight we're going to do this one for $19.99.
And I'll tell you right now, even if you don't pick this up, go find Legendary at your local comic book store. Hit up their website if you can't get over there. This thing is one of the top things that Dynamite has done in 17, 18 years that I've been reading this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff, but this sort of is a separate, this is like a next level type thing, like Altered States was. Are we? Do we need to take a break? Are we at 6:30
JD, do we need to take a
or
break?
5:30?
It's 6:28. So
Sure, it's up to you guys.
let's go, JD. Let's take that break.
All right.
We got a lot
All
to
right.
cover.
We do have a lot to cover.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
You are watching Minute to Skim It on the Experience, so hello. All right, we've got lots of books to review for you guys today. And Hannah just basically showed up just the number ones and showed them to me, and I was like, oh, we have
Just for the indies.
just for the indies, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, we have got a lot to do.
And we're back.
We are back, and I'm texting, and I'll tell you what I am looking at. At 7:30, we are going to have the Mr. Dynamic Forces and the publisher Dynamite will be here with some with something very, very cool. I'm going to be stepping out at 7:30 because people are probably tired of me anyway.
The unknown claims the legend. You got it, buddy.
Legendary?
Yep, legendary. At $19.99. So flip that one around.
This thing, you know what? I'm going to throw this up here one more time. These are very cool versions of, I want to make sure I've got this right, Vampirella, Captain Victory, and the $6,000 man.
So
we're going to turn this around.
Turn that one around. All right. And Francisco asked the Spawn. The Spawn will, well, we have.
Which
you want to
one?
go through these? The regular ones?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
So
I literally, these are going to be 5-star reads for us. The cover price is $5.
The
$99.
The King Spawn #1 signed by McFarlane will be in the last half hour. We're actually waiting on it. So
Nick is coming with the armored car and escort as we speak.
So we'll have that in the last half hour, Francisco. But right now we have the different variant covers, and we have them at $5 each. And I think we've got, how many have we got each? I think we got.
I think we have 5 of each. 3
No,
of each.
I think we have 3.
Okay.
I think we have 3 of each.
They did a ton of covers for this. There is kind of like whatever your art style is, King Spawn #1 has a cover for you. Obviously, McFarlane. Let me grab this out of the way.
So we have.
This is a little bit of the blast of the
various
past right out of
covers.
the 90s. Check that version out.
But I think it's 1 out of 250 for the King Spawn signed by Todd McFarlane. That one will be in the last half hour of the show, assuming Nick doesn't crash the armored car on the way here. Does he know how to drive an armored car?
Please, he has a driver. He's a publisher of a comic book company. You think he drives anymore?
So each one of these.
This one is almost slightly
$5
reminiscent
per.
of like the birth of Image. I love the way, essentially, there's one, and this is a very unofficial take on my part. It's almost like one for each decade or one for each, version or period of Spawn. Just really cool. This one's probably my favorite cover. $5.99 at your LCS tonight. We have them small group, a few each, at $5. So, especially if you're thinking of picking up something else, have Rex throw one of those in for you for $5.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested, and again, we'll have the incentive version in the last half hour. But these are be available tonight, and if we still have some available after the show, if you're watching us, you're not watching it live, you want to pick one up for $5. If we have it, it's yours. For anybody that's new, go ahead and make your claim in the chat so we see it, and then
JD will throw up a link.
JD will throw up a link to the submission form.
Fill out the form, and
we're
good to go. It's pretty easy. We talked about this before. It's a lot easier. We've tried to streamline this as much as possible, so we can get these books out of the vault and to fans, so that they can, kind of re-embrace the whole. I'm seeing all these people, video games, T-shirts, and that's awesome. You know what I mean? But Nick in particular wants to sort of, re-energize, revivify that base of comics, which started at the local comic book store.
What do you got there?
Spider-Man 544. What would you do if you had one more day?
I hope I have one more day.
This has got a great little sort of subtle remark by Randy Emberlin. 489 copies of these.
So
499. I'm sorry. 499 copies of this.
So Amazing Spider-Man number 544, signed and remarked by Randy Emberlin.
There it is.
Suggested retail of $99.99, and tonight we have the one for $62 the year Spider-Man first appeared.
And we've talked about this before. Remarking a regular cover is not like remarking a variant of cardstock or something.
Yes.
This is difficult to do, and if you look
Much
over
more
here,
fragile.
You'll see the very cool little Spidey remark.
So JD has a question.
Sure.
Unknown is going to claim that. Turn that one around, please.
This one, I got to tell you, man, the Unknown, the remark here is really subtle. I think you're going to dig that. It's really subtly done. It doesn't detract from the cover at all.
So let's see. So JD has a question.
Sure.
What do we think about the new Spider-Man trailer?
I was fortunate enough to see the pirate version of the trailer, the leaked one.
The quote-unquote leaked trailer.
I'm up at odd hours, and I just happened to see when it dropped, and I have to tell you, after Into the Spider-Verse, they've sort of opened the door for, the different versions, the different universes. Right. They talked about this for a while. They tried to keep it quiet. The 3 different actors who has played Spider-Man. I would love if they were able to find Nicholas Hammond, who played Spider-Man in the 70s, and have him be Uncle Ben. I don't know how realistic that is, but you've got Andrew. I don't know if he's still alive or not. He's not that old. I mean, he's probably
doesn't mean anything.
We didn't bring the show down, dude. Uncle Ben's dead.
Sorry, my bad.
You've got Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
They have Tobey Maguire, the original Spider-Man. Of course, the Spider-Man everybody has sort of kind of, come to love that we have now. I don't know if Miles Morales is going to be in this for certain. My suggestion would be, buy the $37 IMAX ticket on opening night and go and see it.
I'm guessing they're going to find a way to work that.
I can't imagine if they're going to do, there's basically Doctor Strange is into the multiverse of madness, right? So I'm not sure exactly how that Doctor Strange movie connects to the Spider-Man movie, but it seems like Doctor Strange in his typical fashion, kind of doesn't listen to Wong and starts kind of tinkering, pulling at the fabrics of the universe, and the next thing you know, we have.
It can happen. That's the beauty of it. So hit something next.
See.
I know we got a lot, don't we?
We do have a lot. It's almost like a little bit overwhelming. Oh, you know what? Let's throw this out here real quick. I'm not going to take all this stuff out again because I got to be honest with you. We have to talk to whoever pulls this stuff. This is a Dynamite starter kit. 10 books for $10. If you hear me talk a lot about Dynamite, you know what? I'm purposely not going to go into too much detail about this. Find me on social media when I'm talking about the experience, and we'll talk about this. The books that are in here basically run the spectrum of the stuff Dynamite has done in the last 10 years. It really gives you a flavor for what they've done. Obviously, Peter Ken and Thunderbolt. And I say this all the time when people ask me to describe that. If you are a fan of Ozymandias from The Watchmen, Peter Cannon is a better version of Ozymandias.
So basically 10 Dynamite books, the reader's set, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I think a reader's set is a great way to sort of, let you see what
a sampler
of what it's like, because there are people out there that, they see Dynamite comics and they're like, oh, well, they're not sure. Maybe they don't. Trust me. I started reading Dynamite comics at a point where I was very Marvel, DC had burned me out a little bit. It seemed that Dark Horse, which I liked, was endless, just Predator and Aliens. I'm like, look, I get it, man. I get it. Do something else. And of course, Dark Horse was super successful, led into Hellboy, but I was just burned out on the sameness of certain publishing companies. Somebody recommended to me, look, man, I know you're a pulp guy. I know you sort of like these characters. Everyone who knows me knows I'm a Green Hornet fan. They were doing Green Hornet. So that's...
Nicholas Hammond is 70, still alive, and still acting as of 2019. Thank you, JD.
Thank you, JD.
See, I didn't bring anybody
He could
down.
totally be Uncle Ben in one of these alternate universes. It would be perfect.
So
nobody wants to see him as a really old Spider-Man.
That'd be interesting, though.
That would actually be really cool. I take that back.
Yeah,
he could play the Spider-Man like the old Spider-Man. It was 1963 and I got bit by a spider, and now I'm like this old man.
See?
I don't walk on walls anymore. I'm going to break my hip.
Well, he's got that walker now with the tennis balls to get up those walls.
No. Let's do another slabs book.
Which one you got there?
Catwoman number 4.
Oh, here we go. The Stanley art germ?
Yes.
So the art germ cover graded 9.6, Catwoman number 4. Suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have it for $60, and we only have the one. And just the one, so guaranteed 9.6.
Yeah, we have one. If you're buying it, this is it. And you told them what the very reasonable price is.
$60. A steal at $60, just as like JD said.
Well, we've talked about this before. Slabs are almost becoming like currency. I mean, I've seen people at cons carrying slab books around for like trading purposes and stuff like that in backpacks.
You know,
They're
I
almost.
think, yeah, you know, I think the thing about it is that when the concept of graded comics, graded trading cards first came out, there was a lot of pushback at the beginning. You know, but it really did take or eliminate the guesswork. You know, with you're at a con, you're wherever, you're at a shop.
You're debating with a dealer. Well,
what the condition is. Yeah.
Is it near mint? Is it, and of course, this sounds terrible to say. I'm a big entrepreneur guy. Of course, the dealer's trying to get the best price, the collector, whatever. The collector's trying to get it for what they can afford. The less they spend with you, the more they spend with someone else.
Right, exactly.
Everybody goes to a con with a set bank usually,
Exactly.
unless you're responsible like me and you keep running over to the ATM and.
Or your car, as the case may be. You want to do the variant covers?
You know what? These sort of incentives, these are just
The incentive covers we have tonight, suggested retail of $199.99, and we have each one here for a introductory price of $100.
I'll tell you, there's something real special about artboard variants. I mean, I'm a sucker for pretty much any variant. Like they throw out a variant, oh look, there's a purple hawk in the corner. All right, you got my money. But the artboard ones in particular are just so, this is just beautiful. And again, sort of like the single color or black and white variants,
right? You
really can just, if pencil work is your thing, I mean, look at that.
And we have the regular variant covers for $5 each tonight. So,
and then we have the artboard variant at $100.
$100.
I got to tell you, that's one of those things where you pick up and then you can go to a con and make fun of people that don't have it. That's exactly what that's exactly why I buy that stuff. That's why I bought this.
It's a lot of comics.
I paid significantly more than we're asking for this. And I did it specifically so that I could walk around and say, oh, you don't have one of these, do you?
It's a lot to carry around to a con when you just to make fun of people, John.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
The Unknown says he'll take one. You'll take one of the, which one, Unknown? You talking about the
King Spawn?
The King Spawn artboard or King Spawn regular variant covers? The ones for $5 or the one for $100? Let us know. So what do you got next?
The next thing we're going to go with, and this is where we got there's a little bit of confusion here between the Slabs book.
Hey, on our show, there's always confusion.
Well, there is that. There's no Amy. I think it's almost irresponsible as a business owner of Nick to not have Amy.
She's got to take a vacation.
He's hemorrhaging money.
Okay. Unknown will take an artboard. Got it. All right. So,
man, I got to tell you, these things are so cool. I might have to go out to my car, seriously. This is signed Silver Signature Series by Frank Miller. This is like a Mount Olympus Hall of Fame type.
This is what happened with
this is the New York Comic Con foil variant. We did show you one slabbed earlier.
Right.
This
that one's gone.
Is signed.
Signed by the man himself. That's right. So this one is signed by Frank Miller. So Dave, there you go. But it is not graded. They were two separate items.
Yeah.
But the Unknown has claimed.
What happened? JD flashed one first or whatever.
So we just have too many books, JD. We're all confused.
Honestly, this is one of these deals where you could get this. You can get this graded. I don't think it's going to be a 9.6, but this is in beautiful shape. Right. You can probably get this back with a grade that you're happy with.
And we have the one tonight for $299.
Frank Miller, I hate to say it, again, another one of these creators not hitting as many cons as they used to, not doing as much signing. There aren't as many cons as there used to be. Those signatures are getting harder to find.
Well, Frank Miller is true about anybody right now.
Well, Frank Miller in the 80s was one of like about 3, 4, 5 guys to change the direction of comic books. They literally just grabbed comic books by the scruff of the neck. Alan Moore, Chris Claremont, they just decided, no, you know what? You're going to come over here now. And this is what comics are going to be. John Byrne talked about that at a con several years ago that I went to in New York. He talked about, a bunch of us sort of, we didn't plan on it. It wasn't, premeditated or anything. Right. But we all just sort of reached a point where comics have to be something else.
If John picked it up, it's definitely not going to get 9.6. Love you, John. That's Dave, by the way.
No, Dave, you're 100% right, man. That's why I said you'll get it back in a good grade.
What's on the bottom right, unknown? Well, this, I'm not sure if you're talking about this one.
I don't know. Is it his right or my right?
That's always the question, isn't it?
This is.
So if he's looking that way, it would be the one next to me. So that, okay.
$50. This is an artboard variant of Alex Ross. And I got to tell you, if nobody buys this, go out and buy Dark Knights at your local comic book shop.
So this is the Shadow Green Hornet one.
This is the Shadow Green Hornet one. When this came out, I was mocked mercilessly by my friends for, you spoke this into existence. I wouldn't say that.
Dark Knights. Okay, so Shadow Green Hornet, Dark Knights #1, high-end Alex Ross artboard, $50 tonight. Unknown, I got you down. Thank you for keeping it out of John's hands.
You know what? I'm super glad he got this. Like I said, this is one of the very few books that we've thrown up here that I already own. And I'll let you know right up, bud. I paid way more than $50 for it. Way more.
So, what do you want to go to next?
Let's see. What do we got here? So, we did Back to the Future. Oh.
You want me to call one out, or you just
No, you know what? I'm just grabbing one.
Hit it. Do your thing, sir.
This is limited to 25 copies. This is a high-end, ultra-limited vegan cover for Battlestar Galactica #4.
All right, so we got Battlestar Galactica #4, high-end Alex Ross, vegan art, ultra-limited cover. Suggested retail of $100, and tonight we have for $19.78.
Year Battlestar Galactica came out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is just beautiful. I mean, we've talked about this before. This looks exactly like this is Alex Ross has many superpowers. This basically looks exactly like the characters. It could be
a photograph. I mean,
yeah, this could be a photograph. It is so. I love the fact that Alex remembers that Lauren Green had long hair when this thing started.
Yes, that's right.
He got it cut subsequently when it became a TV show, but the original movie he had this. You can notice this longer hair with
after the first the first episode aired, but it was like in parts. After the Cylon invasion and stuff, I was a little ambivalent about it, but then I started to really get into it. It went on and on and on. But then they had that, what was it? The second one.
Galactica 1980.
Yeah.
It was the descendants of the original characters that finally reached Earth. That was tough. That
was brutally bad.
That was rough.
That was brutal.
That was rough.
Let's see, what's JD saying? Whole universe launched by a producer trying to rip off the population. Yes, that's you. Everybody who watched it, you're kind of like, they're trying to do Star Wars.
It's an homage. It's not a rip off.
But then 1980 was horrible. I mean,
they were desperate at that point. They were desperate. They were having contract issues with some of the stars. And Richard Hatch talked about this on a podcast. People had reached the point of, ABC is making a lot of money. And Lauren Green had been in television for decades. Yeah. And he said, I know how this works. They keep giving us a small end of the money while they get rich. And they had decided, hey, look, this show is a hit. We want our fair share. Dirk Benedict talked about this too, where all of a sudden everybody's phone went dead. Nobody got any calls back. Everybody's agent was screaming into the void. And they announced they were doing a new show with,
Big mistake. That was a huge mistake.
For those of us, we have a group here that Marat Michaels is, Marat Michaels is like a real craftsman. There's no two ways about that. These are limited to, I don't know how many copies of these we did. This is signed and remarked by Marat. Red Sonja 25. And I have to tell you, the simplicity of that is just gorgeous. Because let's be honest, Red Sonja covers tend to be very lush, very action-oriented. There's a sword, there's a bloody head. This is a very different take on Red Sonja. It is simply her face.
So Red Sonja #25. Blank variant edition, signed and remarked with an original hand-drawn red Sonja sketch by Merrick Michaels. Suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have it for $19.73, and we have the one.
Yeah, we have one, and that is just. Let's see. What do we want to do next? We've done The Walking Dead.
We have.
Oh, this is just staring at me. And this is the first book I grabbed in the pile today because I can't really help myself. You've probably heard me talk about this before. Is it Joe Bennett cover? I wish this was actually like Magnus Robot Fighter issue 150 by Joe Bennett. I just love this. This is started as a Gold Key character, migrated over to Valiant somehow, and then finally it came home to Dynamite. And I got to tell you, this is the high end vegan art limited edition cover. Only 25 copies, signed by Joe Bennett. This is just.
Is it signed? I don't think so.
It's not. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's not signed.
So this is how you confuse.
I know this is how we confuse people.
Comics.
It is not signed. I'm sorry, everybody.
So
There's
Magnus Robot Fighter #1.
just a lot of books up here.
There are high-end Joe Bennett vegan art, ultra limited, suggested retail of $100, and we have this one, the one tonight at this price of $19.63 the year Magnus first appeared.
Magnus was the best character that came out in 1963. No others.
Tell us what you really think.
I know, right? No, Magnus Robot Fighter is one of those things where, he's in go-go boots, he's in a skirt, and you're like, what kind of superhero is wearing these? And then you start reading the book, and Gold Key used to tend to do licensed stuff, like, whatever. Magnus was like one of these weird sort of, they put together this strange. When I was a kid, this was a weird universe. Like robots had taken over. You know what I mean? Here's this guy using like karate.
Right.
You know what I mean? They subsequent creators found a way to make it less ridiculous.
Right.
But I got to tell you, man, in the '60s, this was a little funky. This was really funky.
Should we do a?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. Oh, yeah, we have time still.
We have time.
One of the characters I really, really like that's sort of a little bit forgotten to the sands of time, thankfully not here at Dynamite, is Captain Action. There's been a couple different versions of Captain Action. I've seen a couple different publishers try Captain Action. If I remember correctly, it started as a DC comic toy, like a DC toy comic thing.
I had one.
Yeah, I absolutely love Captain Action. This is I think this is a more realistic reimagining of the character. This is Codename Action #1. We seem to have a lot of vegan art covers tonight, which I'm happy about. We have a lot of remarks. We have a lot of signed stuff. There are only 50 of these. I have to tell you, this is an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous cover.
I used to have the action figure, which was back in the days when they were a decent size, like the old GI Joe.
Where the original Dr. Evil came from.
But the problem was the hat, because the hat wasn't attached to the head. You lose the hat almost right away. You can never find
the
the hat.
The hat was lost. And you know what else got lost? The lightning-shaped dagger.
Yes, the lightning-shaped dagger.
The lightning-shaped dagger would disappear pretty quickly.
So, Codename Action #1, high-end vegan art, ultra limited cover. Suggested retail price of $75, and this is our perfect 10 read at $10 for the night.
Oh,
and we have one
for $10. This is sweet. This is I don't know if I have this. I might have to check. We have one. Somebody take this before I leave at 7:30. You probably don't want me leaving with this. Nobody likes the bad guy to win.
So should we do a quick recap?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Honestly,
I think we can do a recap.
All right.
Just in case somebody joined us, like I know Unknown joined us a little late. So we hit Walking Dead #115, blank edition, signed and remarked with a Governor and Daryl sketch by Ken Hazer. So the Daryl sketch is on the front, and the
Governor
is on the back cover. So a 2-for-1 remark there. Let's see. Next is the Red Sonja #25, blank variant edition, signed and remarked with an original hand-drawn Red Sonja sketch by Merrick Michaels. We have the one tonight for $19.73. Let's see. That one was claimed.
Was that claimed?
No, the Dark Knight, the 9.6. So codename action number 1, high-end vegan art ultra limited cover, which you just showed everybody. And we have that one. That's our perfect 10 read at $10 tonight. Let's see. Ryan has a question about Stray Dogs number 1 sketch and sign and remark. When will we be doing those, and will it be live? Good question. Don't know the answer to that yet. But let me write down the question.
Email Rex.
Yeah, email. You can always email me at rex.wang at dynamite.com. Any questions, any suggestions that any books that you haven't seen that you want to see, Ryan, shoot me an email and I will definitely look. And there we go, JD, right on top of it. So Ryan asked a question. Let's see. And Stray Dogs. One remark. Okay, got it. All right, so where did I leave off before we have to go to break here? We Battlestar Galactica, we just did. Number 4, high-end Alex Ross vegan art.
Yep.
Ultra limited cover, $19.78 tonight. The Shadow Green Hornet was claimed. Back to the Future number 1, Dynamic Forces exclusive, signed by Ken Hazer. And that's
2 of these.
And we have 2 of those at $39.99 tonight. Let's see, and then Deadpool illustrated number 1, signed in blood red by Cullen Bunn.
It's illustrated. You're ruining the bit.
What's that? What did I do? Oh, Illustrated.
Illustrated.
Yep, sorry. Number 1, signed in blood red by Cullen Bunn. $39.99. We have the 1. Kirby Genesis number 1, Aztec cover edition, signed by
Alex Ross. This is wow.
And we have that tonight for $50.
We have 1, right?
We have 1.
We have 1, and I got to tell you, this is.
Let's see. Wolverine, Death Wolverine number 1, signed by Charles Soule. Let's see. We have that at one of them at $29.99.
This also has like a nice little kind of foil-esque sort of look and feel to it.
Yeah, it does. The silhouette of Wolverine.
Yeah.
And we have to go to break soon. So Amazing Spider-Man was claimed. Catwoman number 4, art germ cover, CGC graded 9.6. We have that tonight. We have 1 at $60. And then Dark Knight Returns.
It is a steal at $60. It really is.
Dark Knight Returns number 1, ultra limited black foil New York Comic Con vegan variant, signed by Frank Miller. We have the 1 for $299.99. Then we have Deadpool number 2, silver signature, signed by Chris Bacalo. And we have the 1 at $50 tonight. And let's see, Legendary was claimed. And then Magnus Robot Fighter number 1, high-end Joe Bennett vegan art, ultra limited, and we have that for $19.63.
9 years old. I wanted
Future. Hold on a second.
$29.99? $39?
Let me go back. Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Back to the Future. $39.99.
$39.99.
Unknown. So let us know if you're interested. And JD, I think we have to go to our next break.
Take us to break, bud.
You are watching Minute to Skim It on the Experience, so hello. All right, we've got lots of books to review for you guys today. And Hannah just basically showed up just the number 1s and showed them to me, and I was like, oh, we have
Just for the indies.
Just for the indies, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, we have got a lot to do.
And we're back. So the unknown is taking the Back to the Future. So we have one left at $39.99 if anybody's interested. But we have you down unknown for the Back to the Future as well.
And he's approximately 30 minutes out, according to what I'm reading here. I'll be stepping out at 7:30. Nick will be stepping in. And I guarantee you he will have something to show you much cooler than I do.
Should we go to a vintage book now?
Yeah, let's do a few vintage books. I know people really kind of dig these. They wanted them.
Let's do 108 or just pick one.
108, here we go.
All right, here we go.
These are, Bronze Age beauties, really nice condition.
So we have X-Men number 108. Presumed grade of 9.0, and we have the one tonight for $130. So these are, every one that we have tonight is, I think the lowest grade we have is a 7. So they're all pretty high grade books. Again, these are presumed grades on our part.
Yeah, they could come back higher, they could come back a little lower, but we try to presume a reasonable grade.
Exactly. Dave, is the pizza coming in 30 minutes too? I don't really know, but since we never get a slice, it doesn't really matter.
Nick is probably arriving with the pizza and with stuff.
A well-protected pizza.
X-Men 110. I think we're just going to do all the Bronze Age books because we've got people waiting an hour.
So we have X-Men number 110 with the value of $85, and tonight we have it at $75, and it has a presumed grade of 7.5. So that one is available tonight. And JD says Nick better have some cheesesteaks. No guarantees,
You know
JD.
what? I am not 100% sure. I've been so busy yammering at Nick for 5 years about, hey, you know what I'd like you to publish? I don't know if he likes cheesesteaks specifically or not. No, he's a pizza guy.
You got 116?
116.
All right. So X-Men number 116, we have that tonight for $60, presumed grade of 8.5.
It's touched my hands. 8.4, 8.3 now.
It's dropping by the second.
No.
And then X-Men number 117, presumed grade of 7.0, and a value of $55. And tonight we have it for $50.
We've talked about this before. This is a great way to sort of fill out, those Bronze Age gaps in your collection, which, let's be honest, everybody has them. And, they're expensive. It's fun collecting comics until you start getting into books that are 30 years old. You got to reach into your pocket. You don't find that stuff in the dollar bin.
Yep, exactly.
I'll tell you right now, there's always going to be somebody on social media that says, "Oh, dollar bin find." I'm not saying that they're not being realistic. I'm just saying that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
You're looking for books like this in this condition. This will not be in
It's
the
like
dollar
the old
bin.
story, somebody finds a painting in their basement, it turns out to be a Picasso or something. It's like, how often does that happen? So X-Men number 118, presumed grade of 9. So this is a really nice copy.
This might be the cleanest copy of this book I've ever seen since the 80s.
And we have it tonight for $85. So X-Men number 108, presumed grade of 9.0. For $130.
We're going to leave these here so people can kind of eyeball them a little bit.
X-Men number 110, presumed grade of 7.5 for $75. X-Men number 116, presumed grade of 8.5 for $60. And X-Men number 117, presumed grade of 7.0 for $50. And X-Men number 118, presumed grade of 9.0 for $85 tonight. There you go.
We're going to sort of...
What do you want to jump to?
Masks.
Masks.
We're going to kind of go a little bit fast here just because I want to make sure you see everything here before Nick shows up. Because once Nick is here, the eyes pop and the jaws drop and, you're going to see something pretty neat. When
Masks
Nick
number
gets here.
6.
This is Masks number 6. Steven Segovia black and white ultra limited edition. They only did 100 of these. And, man, I got to tell you, Masks is one of those things I absolutely loved.
And we have masks number 6, high-end Steven Segovia, black and white, ultra limited cover. You and I always talk about how much we love those.
Yeah.
Suggested retail of $50, and tonight we have the 1 for $20.
I think this is Chris Roberson wrote this, maybe? I might have to double check. I think Chris Roberson wrote masks. Someone else wrote masks too. Roberson is one of those creators that really digs pulp. He digs the age. Right. He digs Zorro. He does. If you follow him on social media, I spoke to him at cons a couple times outside of panels and stuff like that. He really, he co-founded Monkey Brain Press. So, and he did some pulp type stuff. Right. He did a book called Golden City, called Masks and Mobsters, where the guy I've talked to on social media for years, this might be one of the few guys I've pestered more than Nick, Josh Williamson, who is just announced that he's going to be doing Batman. And remember when he did Masks and Mobsters, and Chris Roberson was like, there's a market out there for pulp, for this sort of thing. You know what I mean? And it was vigilantes and mobsters in a sort of 1920s Chicago, and Roberson sort of channeled that into masks, that energy, that sort of, hey, look, we can have Tommy guns and we can have, guys with the mask and the fedora and the 45s blazing and the fast car. It's like a whole vibe.
I can see why you like it.
I do like it a lot. It's really good. And it's several characters too. You know what I mean? Masks is sort of like a team up book. It's a little bit, no, you know what? I would absolutely have to say that Masks is a little bit unique because most of the characters in Masks are singular characters. They're not, sure, Green Hornet has Kato, but for the most part, the masked vigilantes of like the 30s rolled solo. You know what I mean? Doc Savage was not a vigilante. Doc Savage was like an adventurer. Everybody knew who he was. Right. He was what they call a daytime character. Characters like the Spider, Master of Men, these are like nighttime characters. The sun goes down,
out they come.
Out they go. This is just really fun. This is Ken Hazer. It's Captain America looking like it's knocking out
COVID.
This is knocking out COVID. This is Ken Hazer.
Who better to do the job?
After Kirby.
Captain America #1, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99, and tonight we have it, the 1 for $76. And JD mentioned something. Definitely, if you enjoy the show, hit thumbs up, subscribe.
Share with your friends so they can kind of join in too.
Yeah, whether it's YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, however you're watching us.
Hit the notification bell.
Yes, please.
So you know when we're sort of, kicking this thing off.
So, and it helps our search algorithms, and will help grow the show. So others can find out about the useless banter that John and I engage in every Wednesday and Monday evening.
We talk about remarks a lot. We talk about blank variants a lot. This is Wilfredo Torres and the Shadow.
And we have 2 of those available tonight.
Yeah, I would say the Shadow is I'm trying to think of a way to put this. The Shadow is like a cornerstone character at Dynamite. They've done a bunch of different stories of the Shadow, and there has yet to be one that wasn't just, just amazing. Whether it's the Shadow when he's involved in Masks or Green Hornet or by himself. This is Shadow Year 1.
Shadow Year 1, #1, Wilfredo Torres remark. Suggested retail of $199.99.
We have 2, and you can see there's sort of subtle differences. You know what I mean? We've talked about when Ken does this. Other artists obviously do it as well.
Yeah, with the remark, it's impossible to do.
Yeah, it's original art. So we kind of have 2 different looks for the Shadow
and
here.
Tonight we have it for $50.
Signed by the author.
Signed and remarked. And we only have 2 available. So if you're interested, they're here for you to pick up.
This is a book this is one of the books I like to. Remember how I tell you can make fun of someone when you know something they don't? This is a Dynamite book when you get into a contest with someone at a con in the hallway and they're trying to name more titles than you do. You bust out with The Man with No Name #1 and they know they've lost.
Man with No Name #1. Wanted poster, Dynamite Authentic
Mel Ruby
cover,
remark.
signed and remarked by Mel Ruby. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have 2 available at $64 tonight for 1964. The first movie hit.
This is sort of,
and you can see the subtle differences again.
Yeah, it's basically Mel Ruby takes 2 different passes here. The creator is like, hey, let's do, mix it up a little bit.
And again, we've talked about it. It's unique. Original art is one of a kind, but it's also used to reproduce the actual comic. These remarked sketch covers are one of a kind in the truest sense, in that there is no other. It's not used to do anything. I mean, it's used for collectors.
Yeah.
So each one is its own little original commissioned sketch, if you will, commissioned artwork, if you will.
Absolutely. And to answer a question that I was asked on Twitter the other day, and I told them I would answer it on the show today. No, obviously nobody. Well, I mean, I don't enjoy making fun of somebody. I don't actually do that. These things are.
No, you mention it a lot.
No, these are games. Everybody that goes to a con, particularly something like San Diego or Chicago, knows you're waiting online a long time. Yeah. And in the beginning, you're happy to be there, but by day 3. Especially if you get the extra pass to kind of
Unknown. Go. All right, you claimed Man with No Name. Gotcha. All right.
Which one do you like?
Good question.
There's 2 different. There's some subtle differences here. Let me know which one.
So why don't you call one of them 1 and one of them 2?
This one will be #1, and this one will be #2. You just let me know which one you like.
Which one you want, Unknown? Let us know. So do it again. Left hand. Well, I guess in his perspective, it's the right hand. the bigger head, okay, there's one.
Well, you've got a head shot, and then you've got like an upper body shot.
Right.
This is the head. This is the upper body shot.
So tell us
this
which one
is the
you
head
want,
shot.
Buddy. And that's the one you'll get.
We'll move these out like this a little bit. There we go. I'm always in the wrong direction.
I know. It's because #2. So which one was #2? The one your right hand.
I think it was the headshot.
Okay. So just confirm, Unknown, the headshot. If we're wrong, let us know.
It's this one, right? Well, he'll let us know.
So leave that up front. So, all right. We're actually moving through this pretty fast.
We are moving through this, but that's because, essentially this is a 90-minute show, and then 30 minutes will be amazing book brought to you by Nick Ferrucci. So we want to try to get through everything. This is a slab Man of Steel #1. CGC graded 9.8. There's only one of these, so this is the book that you will get.
So Man of Steel #1, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8. Suggested retail of $89.99. And we have it tonight for $75, and we have just the one. So Unknown confirmed it is the headshot one. So let's turn this one around so we know which one that goes to the Unknown.
I think when we have those, we have to start doing like red sticker, blue sticker, or something, so somebody can say if they want the red pill or the blue pill.
Well, usually we have Amy around, so we don't have to deal with that.
I know, right? Amy can't ever have vacation again. Somebody let the publisher know.
Yeah, you tell her that. Make sure I'm not here.
I know. Hi, Rex wanted me to leave you this message.
Thanks, John. So again, that was Man of Steel #1, CGC grade, guaranteed 9.8. Suggested retail $89.99, and we have the one for $75. So let's see what else is left.
We have Adventure Time.
There we go.
This is also remarked by Meredith Graham, signed for the Adventure Time people. This is Marceline and the Scream Queen 6.
Signed and remarked with a head sketch by Meredith Graham.
Yeah.
Suggested retail of $69.99, and tonight we have the one for $19.99.
If Adventure Time is your thing, this is your time to shine. You've got the certificate on the back, holofoil seal. You've got the little headshot up here, signature. This is number 6 of 6.
Number 6 of 6. Let's see what else we got.
Another one of my favorite.
Is that noir?
Yeah, this is noir. This is a black and white version.
So
Noir was like a terrific team up book.
So Noir, number 5, high-end vegan art, ultra limited edition, limited to excuse me,
25 copies.
25 copies. Suggested retail of $100. And this is going to be our second perfect 10 read at $10, and we have one available at this price.
Yeah, there's one of these, and I'll tell you right now, I'll take this
So
on.
Ron says he paid a huge invoice yesterday. The bad news is that I'm broke. But the good news is that I can now claim Dynamite is dependent on my taxes.
I'll tell
Ron,
you,
you might want to check with your accountant on that one. I'm
I'll
not sure if
tell-
that
yeah, I know.
works. Yeah, but that's outside of my pay
math
grade.
isn't my thing, but
That's outside of my pay grade, so good luck with that.
I'll give everybody fair warning. If nobody takes this at $10, I will, because I don't have this.
All right,
And I probably should, in all fairness.
oh, man. So to stop John from buying it, somebody claim it, please.
In the name of God, please stop it for $10.
Stop the madness.
And if you buy this, that's awesome. If you don't, still go check out Noir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dynamite was in like a little bit of a zone where they were doing some kind of like crossovers and team ups, and man, was that stuff great. You know, we got like Tonto and Django, and it's like a 3, 4, 5 year period where we were just getting some really great, you know, the kind of things. It's what I call table talk, right? You're sitting around a table with your friends, comics, pizza, beer, whatever. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody starts throwing stuff out. You know, it's 1:30 in the morning, and a lot of beer has been drank, and everybody starts throwing out, you know, these crazy ideas and stuff like that. The funnier ones I've actually texted to Nick so he could have a laugh. Things that sounded great at 4 in the morning after like 9 beers, and then
Everything sounds great after 9
I was
beers.
gonna say everything.
If you haven't passed out
Nick
yet.
has the patience of a saint. But the stuff that actually Dynamite has done is terrific, and I'm kind of glad we did a few of them tonight. We did Masks.
We did.
We did Noir. We sold Dark Knights.
Mhm. So Ryan wants to buy 3 of the Stray Dog sketches. So we got Ryan, big fan of Stray Dogs, I can tell.
Yeah, I was just saying he's a big fan.
He's buying stuff we don't even have. But yeah, I saw the email come across, Ryan. You know, I will take a look tomorrow morning, ask the questions of all the necessary people that know stuff that I don't know, which is just about everybody else. And I will definitely get back to you, Ryan. Ron, good luck with your taxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ron.
Let me know how that works out, claiming the company is dependent. I'm very curious to find out. Let's see, what else do we have?
You know what? We're gonna mention King Spawn again
Go ahead,
because
do it.
we're
Do it,
gonna
man.
be kind of leading into. We have different variants of King Spawn #1
We do.
for $5 each, and these things are just absolutely gorgeous. Nick will be bringing an issue that's significantly more than $5, but these are a great way to pick these up a little bit.
So, and we have all the variants.
We have all
I'll
the
pass it.
variants too.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you just pass
pass
it to me?
it.
Here's another variant, real quick. I'll just throw up here. Essentially, every imagining of Spawn is represented here, in style, not specifically, but in art style. They're represented in the different ages and eras that we've seen of Spawn.
And each one of these variant covers is $5 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's less than cover price, actually. The cover price is $5.99. This is just like a great way to sort of say, you know, hey, look, we appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch, you know, lets us into their home, so to speak.
Yes.
Everybody knows there's other stuff people could be doing. This is just kind of a nice little way
Can't
to
imagine
say.
what though.
Well, especially, I will say this, if somebody is already buying something else, for $5, this is sort of a nice little drop in.
Yeah. So each one of these variant covers tonight is $5 per. If you want to claim one, let us know. If you're not watching live, you're watching it later. If we still have them available, let us know.
Yeah, it's very much a subject to availability. This one's my personal favorite. This one's really neat.
I'll put the whole stack back up there.
We also have
The art board.
the art board. We have one that's been sold, right?
Yeah, one has been sold.
One's been sold. We have, I think, 2 others maybe.
We have
King
2 more,
Spawn
yes.
art board variant of the very cool McFarlane cover. We've had a couple art boards tonight. They are a great way to see pencil work. The same way single color and black and white variants are a great way to see line work. So depending on, you know, what your deal is. And these are, if I remember correctly, these are $100?
Yes, they are $100 tonight.
Which is significantly more,
Then it's
significantly
just a
less.
Retail, yeah, it's just a retail of $199.99.
Yeah, it's basically half price. The suggested retails.
So we have 3 of those available. Let's see. Todd said his King Spawn variant is part of a connecting set of 3 covers. Other one was. That's a good question. Nick might know the answer to that. If
You know
ever
what?
gets here.
Nick will be here at 7:30. I'll be stepping out. That is a great question. That's going to be like in 8 minutes. So just hold that question for a few minutes, and then, you know, maybe Rex can get Nick to answer it when he arrives with his security escort. I want to kind of just go over a couple.
Oh, we
things.
have one more. We have a. Did we do the Walking Dead Ken Hazer sketch? There you go. I don't think so.
You know what? We might have done it. We might not have done it, but it's Ken Hazer. So we're going to do it again. This is Ken Hazer, Walking Dead 163.
With the remark cover.
Remark cover. And once again, this is sort of like he's remarking an existing cover.
Yes.
This isn't cardstock. So, you know, and the sketch itself is just, you know, this is the kind of thing that, you know.
Dave answered the question. Thank you, Dave. And this one remarked and signed by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail is $59.99. Tonight we have it for $39.99.
So number 2, this is a little bit of a throwback cover.
So
you know what I mean?
we have the greatest viewers because you know what? They answer the questions for us. So I think we got through all of them.
I think
Can you believe that?
we had to push because, like I said,
that was.
We do have a couple minutes, so I'm going to open this. I didn't want to open it in case we didn't have time.
You will get different books.
Yeah, right. You will not be getting books that I'm touching.
Untouched by.
You guys
by
have
John.
listened to me, and people on social media for years now have heard me go on at length about Dynamite. This is sort of like a Dynamite maybe starter kit, sampler, charcuterie board. Peter Cannon Thunderbolt.
So
Number-
this is 10 Dynamite titles. The ones you get may not be these unless you buy this one.
Yeah.
But there'll be 10 Dynamite titles. So that's why we call it a sampler, and it is $10 for the 10 comics. So really $1 a piece.
It's $1 a piece. I mean, this is basically like our dollar box deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Miss Fury #1, and I got to tell you, Miss Fury is a character with a tremendous amount of history. I'm not going to take up the time now, but you know what? He'll hate me for saying this, but Billy Tucci's on Twitter. Go at Billy Tucci and ask him to educate you on the history of Miss Fury. He speaks on it far more eloquently than I could. Sherlock Holmes and Harry Houdini. You've heard us mention the Spider, Master of Men. Colton Worley has done a few things. The Spider might be where he really sort of, you know.
Shines.
Yeah. This I absolutely love. I might actually have to send Rex.
Hey, Adam. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Hey, Adam. I might have to hit Rex up with an email to pull one of these. This is the...
Notice deadpan silence on Rex's part.
This is Battlestar Galactica. I love this.
Is there any way I could stop you?
This is like the toy stock cover. This is really neat. This was Battlestar Galactica from the TV series meeting Battlestar Galactica from the Sci-Fi series, Sci-Fi Channel series. You know what? Maybe I should just give you $10 and take these. What are we doing?
That'd be cool too. For you, 11.
I know, right?
$1 service charge.
This is a really cool book. Now, this is a book you can still find reasonably priced. at your local comic book shop where you should be going for this stuff if you're not picking this up. Captain Victory and the Galaxy Rangers, very much a thing from the Kirbyverse. I mean, look at this cover, man. I wouldn't care what this is for $1. This is like a beautiful cover. Are you sure these are all for 10? Oh, and here's a character that Dynamite.
Hey, Adam. No, Adam has a question. No, I didn't get a chance to look today. Today got a little bit out of hand for me. But if you could email me, if you don't, I have it written down, and it'll be first thing I take care of tomorrow. But if you could email me, it always helps, because it helps me order my day. But even if you don't, I will definitely take a look first thing in the morning.
It's after he gets through my 17 emails.
I know.
Hey,
I got Johnny email.
find-
Can you get me this? Hey, can I pick this up next time I'm in there? After 2 cups of coffee and getting through John's emails in the morning.
Well, I'm up
can
at
get all
like
my
3:30
day.
this morning watching
I
What
noticed
If.
that. Yeah, I know. You got to stop doing that.
A character that I would like to see many more books published. Lone Ranger is in here. Lone Ranger Vindicated was just absolutely Justin Gray does a great job here. James Bond. I'll tell you right now, this is a very cool starter kit. We are just about to go to our last break. Good news for you guys is you will not have to sit through any more of my nonsense for tonight. Nick will be taking over. He's rolling into the lot as we speak. Hold on to that question about.
No, it was answered by Dave.
Oh, was it answered by
that's
Dave?
That's what I was saying. We have the greatest viewers.
Nick will be.
We don't have to.
You were serious about that?
Yeah, I was serious. I was serious. Dave answered.
I just personally want to again thank everyone for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love bringing you this stuff. I mean, the truth is, I absolutely, I love sort of being able to say, hey, look, sharing these books with people.
All joking aside, we really appreciate that
yeah.
John takes time out to come here and do the show with us. No, we really do. And
Nick is making me pay off the broken window.
And if you don't follow him, either whether it be on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, you should. Not only will you get great knowledge about comics, if you live in the local area, you will find all these great places to eat, okay? And the man can cook, I'm telling you. Every time I see one of his posts, I'm like, why does he bring that in?
I had someone tell me that they've gained weight and it had nothing to do with the pandemic. It had to do with they started following me on Instagram. I appreciate that. People can find me on Twitter at J_Cole. A lot of times on Sunday nights, I talk about Dynamite. I kind of, people will shoot me questions. I got out of it a little bit during the summer, but up all through 2020 into 2021, we kind of had Dynamite Sundays on my feed where people would just shoot me questions about different books and different stuff. Now that I started doing this is a much better way for me to answer questions. But if you have things that you want to see, you want to hear, you want to know, please email Rex.
Yes.
And he'll get to his emails and we'll try to get to everything. JD is going to take us out on a break. I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you for
Thanks,
for joining us.
John, for coming by, buddy.
Appreciate
As always.
it. Take us out, JD.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
Today's comics market is ripe with new titles by creators who are determined to get their books into your hands. My name is Henri Compen. For the last decade, I've been making and selling my own creator-owned comics and dealing as a collector in live sales. My signature series, Yi Sun Shin, is the book that cannot be defeated in battle and has over 250,000 copies in print. Now I'm taking comics to the next level and laying the groundwork for my fellow creators to get their voices heard so they can connect directly with you. This is your chance to engage live with top comic book talent and get your comics signed, without having to wait in long lines or pay any fees. But remember, we only have a limited amount of their books in stock. So always remember to call it as you see it.
And we're back.
And we are back. I'm in Rex's seat. He's in John's seat. This really is like a Seinfeld episode. I don't know if you guys ever saw the episode where he couldn't put his arm around the girl because he was a righty and she was on the left side. I got to sit in this seat because I'm right-handed. This way I can get all the books.
I'm right-handed too.
Did you guys sell any silver yet?
We did not, but
how about bronze? Since we have
Dave
bronze?
wanted to answer Ryan's question. So answer to Ryan, the third cover will be the Scorch Series #1. So hopefully Ryan is still with us and saw the answer that Dave was nice enough to get to us.
What was the question?
The question, well, I have to scroll all the way back up.
Never mind.
Ryan knows the question he asked.
All right. Ryan, hey guys. Sorry that I'm here. I know you guys would rather have John with Rex, not Nick with Rex. But Ryan is saying Kramer is the best character. I can dig with that. Unknown, what's up?
Rex and the other guy, I don't know.
So
some other guy. I love James' comments.
You want to talk about being nervous? Never have I ever been so nervous. I had to go. UPS misplaced our King Spawn signed copies. Misplaced them. And I had to go get them. I got them. These are rare, rare, rare. And out of the ones we got, we have a few of them under 1,000. Now, we have one that's...
Camera's over here, buddy.
One that's 19. There we go.
Moved it on you. We moved it on you, buddy.
There you go.
Gotta think fast.
379. And we have 65.
Show him the shirt on the back.
Now, this is where Todd is a genius, because Todd really is a genius. He's reinvigorated the Spawn market. He's reinvigorated. He's been a huge part of the Image upswing. And I got to tell you, it is fantastic. It's great to see the excitement. Because no one could see Todd sign these. These were made exclusively. These were 1 in 250 copies. You had to buy 250 copies of a $6 book to get one of these. Because these were the only way to get them, Todd worked with CGC to create a certificate on the back of these so that when you send this in, it is the equivalent of having a CGC label where a CGC witness verified it. Only Todd would come up with this. He is, I have to say, brilliant. So you could only get these books. He's never signing them again. You could only get these books if you ordered 250 copies of King Spawn #1. And you can send this in to CGC yourself and get it graded. Ronald, just tell your wife that if I heard on the way in that you're going to classify Dynamite as a dependent. So what I will suggest is that when you claim us as a dependent, consider it like you're sending us from high school to college. So all your costs went up. So it's okay. Emmy, hello, man. You got to drop me a line. You and I got to talk about some stuff. All right. So, you guys know what's going on with King Spawn. I am going to show you a few eBay prices. So, Ronald's getting even more nervous. So, for number 563, can you see that? You can see that, right? This is at $830 with about almost 2 days left. For number 1532, I don't know if you can see that. I think you can.
You can see it.
Number 1532, it is at $1,500. Buy it now. 27 viewed per hour. For we don't know what number you're going to get, it's $1,250. So this is where we get to. We are very fortunate that we are able to bring low numbers to our fans. There's only 2 of these. So if you want number 379, it is available for $2,500. If you want number 65, double digits.
I have to read it now. Ron, make sure you use Windex. Don't just spit on the windshield, buddy.
That's right. Windex will go a lot faster. You know, go in the restroom. You know, just when you bring the bucket in, they'll think you work there. You'll be able to get lots of fresh water.
We'll send you a roll of paper towels and a bottle of Windex.
Oh my God! If you want number 65, double digits, think about it. It's not even the first 10%. We're not even saying the first 169. This is the top 5. This is the top 4 to 5% of the numbers. This is going to be $4,000. Now, on either of these, if you want them, first of all, we're only going to do checks because on something this big, we don't want to lose points with PayPal, but we will give you till Christmas to pay for it. So if you can pay 25% down, you have until December 25th to buy it. So it'll be Christmas and Christmas. So these are rare. And remember, you can send them in to CGC and they will be graded as if you had a CGC witness. And I got to tell you, with the excitement that Todd is building with Spawn right now, it's unprecedented. It hasn't been this big since the first few years of Spawn.
And somehow Nick still worked in Christmas.
Yes. So, having said all this, let us, after buying that, you have a Christmas. Important, there's a 30-day limit on the CGC. Whoa. Are you serious? I did not know that. Okay, if you buy this and need the layaway plan, we will send them to CGC for you right away. If there's a 30-day limit, we will send these to CGC right now. Well, look, we're going to send these to CGC right now regardless. They're going out the door tomorrow. So if you buy it, we'll take care of CGC. Dave, thank you for letting us know. I was unaware of that. So, but Rex, give me the King Spawn number 1s because I got to tell you, these are rare. These are going to be really, really hard to get. This story is great. This book is fantastic. So if you want the regular covers, we want you to have reader copies. Here's your chance to get King Spawn number 1. You've got the Todd McFarlane cover. You know what? I don't even know who all the covers are by. And you know what? I shouldn't be holding this many. I should just be holding one of each.
Yeah.
There, let's try it this way. I'll give you one of each. You don't have that one, right?
Nope.
Oh, the Donny Cates cover. There's 6 covers, right? I'm going to assume there's 6.
All right. There you go.
So, hang on. My wife went to get the defibrillator.
What did he write?
His wife went to go get the defibrillator. Oh, man, we love you, Ronald. We love you.
Make sure she charges that right.
Exactly. Wait a minute. I just have one question. Is the defibrillator for you or for her?
They make both go down. Hopefully there's somebody else in the house.
So, here we go. Check out how beautiful these covers are. Now, these are $5.99 books, and we bought a lot of them, a whole lot. So, we are putting them out at $5 each because we want you to be able to, at the very least, we know not everybody can afford the high-end copies, and we just want you to be able to read this great story. I would love, we're taking turns. Nothing would make me happier than you're buying this, even the reader copy or the 50 copy incentive. And if you read this and you just enjoyed it and loved it and bought the entire series, I would say buy everything Todd is putting out right now because he's killing it. He's telling a great story, and it just doesn't get better than this.
And we're obviously covering all the price points. So if you're looking for a reader copy, you can get one tonight for $5.
Right.
All the different variants. If you're looking for the artboard copy, we have that variant cover for $100 tonight.
Right.
And then obviously the 2 Todd McFarlane signed ones.
Cool. So, all right. So, do I tell everybody the tonight special price that you and I discussed?
There was a special price. I wasn't paying attention. What did you say? I was too busy, thinking about Ron, the defibrillator there.
No, we were talking. No, seriously. Rex was like, yeah, these are expensive. We're covering shipping, right?
And for Ron, a bottle of Windex and a roll of paper towels.
At no extra cost. How to make your own deal with the devil doesn't get any more spawn than that.
That's true.
That is true, Ryan. We have the best audience. The unknown, EC, Ronald, Ryan, Wilfredo. If only Wilfredo were here tonight.
I know. Where's Wilfredo been? We miss you, Wilfredo.
I think he's cheating on us on another live.
No.
You know what? I think Wilfredo only comes in when Kyle's here. I think he's a non-JD fan.
No, everybody loves JD. No, he comes in at the last minute lately, forcing us to do a review
right?
in 5 minutes. Like, and then we had this, and then we had this, and then we had this. It's like, come on, the pressure.
Rest in peace. We will miss him. Now, I'm not sure if he's talking about Wilfredo or Ronald or Kyle.
Who knows?
All right, we should get serious right now. What did you guys not sell? Because I got to tell you,
we should probably do the vintage books again.
I heard you were doing well with everything.
Yeah, we had a good night. I mean, a lot of fun. We always have fun, though.
So we have bronze, X-Men 108.
So X-Men 108, we have the one with a presumed grade of 9.0, and we have that tonight for $130.
All right.
And it's a really nice copy.
It's a very nice copy. I want you to look. Spine is beautiful. Just want you to get the best look possible here.
And all joking aside, Nick has been hunting for these vintage comics, and trying. When we first started with the vintage, they were lower grades for people that needed to fill in their collections. But I mean, Nick's really been hunting for the best grades he can find. Is that 110?
That's 110.
So we got X-Men 110 with a presumed grade of 7.5. Value of $85, and tonight introductory price of $75.
Still a great copy. And yeah, you know what? A lot of the fans have been great. They've been sending us leads on collections to buy. If you have a lead for a collection to buy, let us know.
Absolutely.
If we buy the collection, we pay a really nice referral fee because we appreciate it. We want to buy more bronze, copper, modern, golden age, whatever we can get so that we can bring more to the entire audience. All right, so 116, which is the 4th burn cover.
All right, so X-Men number 116 with a presumed grade of 8.5, and we have that tonight for $60.
The Unknown said he's working at For Comics. Wow. We have the best audience. This is one of my favorite covers, 117. Now, I think this is back to Cockrum. Yeah, it is. So this is a Cockrum cover.
So X-Men number 117, presumed grade of 7.0, a value of 55, and we have an introductory price tonight of $50.
Sweet. John didn't handle these, did he? Because if he did, we got to drop 10%.
We're not telling you. It's a secret.
Oh, God. This is what I get for driving instead of being here. UPS, you're driving me crazy. I got to tell you. God, this is another beautiful cover. Number 118.
So X-Men number 118, presumed grade of 9.0. So our second 9.0 of the night. And we have this one for $85.
And again, we are as conservative as we can be with the grades. Some of them, if you send them into CGC and you have them press, clean, and grade them, you may get bumped up a few grades. So our goal is to try and be really careful because we want you happy. We want you coming back. He's working at For Comics overtime. Oh, my God. I can tell the devil is in the next room, and she is not making any deals. Hey, by the way, who got the Spider-Man remark? Because
I think it was Unknown.
Unknown, I got to tell you, considering that the new Spider-Man trailer has Doctor Strange trying to erase Peter Parker from everybody and creating the multiverse, I think you got the deal of the night on so many levels. So what else have we not shown? Or should we go down to the repeats?
We've shown everything, I think. John was actually efficient tonight.
Nice.
So show whatever you want.
Well, we should. You tell me the order. I'll pull the book.
All right. So you got Walking Dead number 115.
Okay.
That was remarked by Ken Hazer.
Okay.
The governor and Daryl. The governor's on the back cover.
Oh, wrong one.
That's
Sorry.
the wrong one. Yep.
And it did not sell, right?
No, it did not.
What's the price?
It is $50 tonight. We only have the one.
All right. So, again, as always, the seal that we put on our comics are meant to be open so you could read them. Check it out. 115 is awesome. So I got to tell you, David, you are the man for letting us know. So how much is this?
This one is 50. 5-star at 50.
$50. You're getting 2 sketches. You're getting Daryl and the governor. Daryl, of course, being the most popular, arguably the most popular character in Walking Dead history, so to speak. So only one way to tame a demon, you have to use the magic stick. That's funny. All right, next.
Captain America number 1. That's right there. Up one. There you go.
Captain America punching COVID. Oh, that's so funny.
Signed and remarked by Ken Hazer, and we have the one suggested retail of $89.99, and we have the one tonight for $76.
You know what? I love this one so much. If Ronald's still here and his wife hasn't killed him yet, I'm going to call this the Ronald Special, and we're going to do this one tonight at $50. We'll make it a 5-star special. So if anybody wants it, it's $50. So Captain America fighting Captain COVID. All right, what's next?
The second Walking Dead.
Michonne. Adam Skinner's back. Adam, how you doing, man?
Number 163, signed and remarked. That's Nick's phone.
Of course, Nick, I was rushing in. I forgot. Go ahead.
Signed and remarked with a Michonne sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail $59.99, and we have it tonight for $39.99.
This is a really good deal at $39.99. That sketch is so cool. All right, what do we got next?
The Shadow, Year 1, Wilfredo Torres, right there, up one. There you go.
There we go. We got 2 of these.
We have 2 of these. Suggested retail of $199.99, and this is one of our 5-star at $50 books.
There we go. And Ronald claimed the Captain America remark.
All right, so Ronald.
So the defibrillator worked. Okay.
Well, or it didn't work on his wife, and that's why he's buying the remark.
All right. What's next?
Let's see. Red Sonja number 25, blank variant with the remark, hand-drawn remark by
Marat Michaels. Oh, this is the one we did for $19.73.
Correct.
You know, this wasn't in color, so we thought, you know what, let's do it for $19.73. And I think that is the best price you're going to get. Comes with a certificate of authenticity, and Marat is the man. And how often do we do? It's no Todd McFarlane, but I have to pick my battles. I hear you, Ronald. Adam, I will look up what book it was. So we rarely have a full sketch like this at under $20. This is a steal. So 1973, the year Red Sonja first appeared.
All right. So then the man with no name, but we only have the one. Actually, the one behind that.
Okay.
That's been claimed by the unknown.
Then I won't show it.
All right. Don't show it. Don't do it.
How much is this?
This one is $64.
Oh, for 1964, the year the movie came out.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it. So check it out. Really nice sketch. Really, really nice sketch. You know, and it's Mel Ruby who's been working on Game of Thrones. All right, what else we got?
Dark. Oh no, that was claimed by unknown. Codename Action number 1, high-end vegan art, ultra limited cover.
One of my favorites. This is a J. Lee Virgin Cup. This is a J. Lee
Vegan
plus gin cover. Vegan cover.
And this is one of our perfect 10 reads at $10.
How many do we have?
One.
Listen, this is a great read, and for $10, this is limited to 50 copies in the world. This is a steal. All right, what else?
Battlestar Galactica number 4, high-end Alex Ross vegan art cover.
The vegan cover by Alex Ross, limited to 25 in the world.
Suggested retail of $100, and we're doing it at $19.78.
Good thing we didn't do 1980. Adam, the last book was Codename Action, a crossover book in the cover by Jay Lee. So $100, was it a $100 book, Codename Action?
Codename Action was $75.
75,
but $10.
But $10. All right, what's next?
Battlestar Galactica, you did. Masks number 6.
Mask number 6, right?
High-end, yeah. The Steven Segovia Black.
Oh, yeah.
Ultra limited cover. We only have one. Suggested retail of $50, and we're doing that tonight for $20.
The expo said, why don't we call these gin covers? It makes it sound more fun.
Yes, I like that. Much better. I do. So we're going from vegan to gin. But for guys like Wilfredo, who's not here tonight, we're going to have to go over that several times,
right,
just to make sure everybody.
So if you're asking about masks, this is issue number 6, right?
Yep, number 6.
Issue number 6 of masks.
Steven Segovia black and white cover.
What's the MSRP and what's the cost?
The MSRP is $50, and we have it tonight for $20.
If you were talking about Codename Action, it is Codename Action number 1. All right, what else?
All right, so Back to the Future, although one's been claimed.
Okay.
Back to the Future number 1, DF exclusive, signed by Ken Hazer.
What are we pricing this at?
That is $39.99.
$39.99.
And one's been claimed by the unknown already.
All right. Back to the Future will always be a classic. All right, so
Deadpool Killer.
Masks number 6 is the unknown.
Wait, Mask number 6 he's claiming?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me write that down.
Next one is Deadpool?
The Deadpool, yes.
The Moby Deadpool. Moby Dickpool? I don't know.
Can't say that. I don't know if you can or not. Actually.
I don't know either. So how much is this?
This one is $39.99. Number 1 signed in blood red by Cullen Bunn. And we only have the one.
We only have the one, and it's only limited to 25. And this is number 12. So what are we pricing it at?
$39.99.
That's a good price. What's next?
Kirby, Genesis number 1 with the acetate cover, signed by Alex Ross.
Nice. Oh, really nice. This was an incentive. How much is this?
$50, and we have one.
Listen, Alex Ross signatures are getting harder and harder to get. Not that they were ever easy, but they are getting far more difficult. This is the acetate cover, which was an incentive. And I want to take a moment to show this real quick so that you could see the acetate. This is very much like Marvels. So $50 book. Okay, what else?
Wolverine, Death of Wolverine #1, signed by Charles Soule.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's right around right here.
There it is.
Ooh, beautiful.
So we have one at $29.99.
And this is the Manium Silver. So $29.99. Wow, that's a really good price. This is a beautiful, beautiful book, and it was really special. And it was Charles Soule with Steve McNiven and Jay Leinstein and Justin Ponzer, and just a great book. What else we got?
All right, so this next one is Catwoman #4 up top, the graded one.
All right.
The Art Germ cover, CGC graded 9.6 guaranteed, suggested retail of $89.99, and we have this one tonight for $60.
There we go. Just want to show you that condition. All right, we got to hurry. We're actually down to the last minute.
Man of Steel #1, CGC graded 9.8.
All right.
Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have the one for $75.
And what else?
Dynamite 10-pack reader set, which we've hit a couple of times. 10 Dynamite titles for $10 as a sampler set. Let's see, we did the vintage. Let me see.
I think we just got to call it a night.
We might have to. Are we almost out?
Yeah, we're almost out of time.
We are almost out of time.
Listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday with the original art experience starting at 7 o'clock. All kidding aside, these are really solid numbers to be getting on King Spawn. So if you are interested, let us know. Drop Rex a line. This is just really solid books. They will be CGC graded. We will do payment terms. You will have up until Christmas to pay for it. So, and we'll always work with you. You're our fans. We couldn't do this without you. And I got to tell you, I couldn't believe our luck when I got these and opened them up, number 65 and number 379. So thank you, everybody. JD, take us home. See everybody on Friday.
See you. Thanks.